To be quite honest, as a person growing up, I never really had an interest in law enforcement. I did what the Navy tells you not to do. I got out, I was married, I had a daughter. I needed a means to take care of my family. I was working 2 jobs, I was trying to go to school, and I was barely making ends meet. And I heard about law enforcement. My family has always taught me, from a work ethic standpoint, anything you do, you always do your very best at. And so I always put my best foot forward in law enforcement, and I would have put my very best foot forward had I been a sanitation worker or had I been working in the school system or anywhere I would have worked. One, humbleness is very important. You're there to serve, not to be served. Law enforcement, I think, chose me more than I chose it. Being a chief, being a director is about giving, and if you're not prepared to give, you really probably shouldn't take the job. During my tenure as a member of a SWAT team, one of the first things that you learn being a member of SWAT is a life-saving rather than a life-taking organization. It can be intimidating, but the goal of it when you're, again, on a call-out is to be intimidating, is that it looks so overwhelming that it's like, I don't want to fight with them. You know, I don't mind fighting the police, but I don't want to fight SWAT. Just because you wear the title of chief doesn't mean that you get to make all the decisions. It means that you work for the people. You're not there to be served. The people are who we are to be served. Being a chief, being a director requires a lot of sacrifice. My family has had to sacrifice a lot. Both of my sons are MPD sworn officers. It doesn't matter how hard they work. There will always be people out there to say the only reason they're working in this position or in that position is because their daddy was the chief. And so they've had to work twice as hard. We have to leave a legacy for our children. We've got to be collectively strong in going to the polls and showing a positive representation. When we look at national elections, we have to be equally concerned about what happens in local elections. Our history, again, will bear out that when we've been aggressive, when we've been actively engaged in the voting process, we've been able to make changes to the Constitution, in electing people that we want elected to political positions. It has been on my mind about the opportunity of maybe running for mayor one day here in the city of Mobile. I continue to call on God to provide guidance. I don't know that I could be any more blessed than I've been.